Okay, this is a technique that I got a feeling that half of you are going to hate, and it's definitely on the more of the creative side of the fence. Um, as you can see here, I have Zebra 2 up, which is a synth, and I've already alienated half my audience. But anyway, look at the concept here and ignore the context, I guess, because what we're going to do is a pretty powerful trick, and what I'm calling this is creating modulation, or creating space with modulation. Now, what that means, modulation, and it kind of just means variation, really. But in this particular case, we're modulating the tune. We're actually going to detune one, I guess you could call it track, for you guys playing along at home, for more conventional genres, where we'd record, say, I don't know, acoustic guitar, by making one slightly out of tune. That's essentially chorus, is what that is. That's the more or less basic principle of the chorus pedal. I'm going to play for you. Take a listen to the lead synth on this guy here. Okay, and it goes. Well, see my pitch. I'm not a singer. Anyway, that was what I wanted you to pay attention to. That you guys will obviously hear the clashing towards the end, and that's on purpose. I'm being a little bold here. I'm in synth land. I don't have to play by any rules that I don't want to, and right now I want it to go. This isn't a lot different than doing the pedal steel type of thing on a guitar. I want those maybe a little more pleasing and a less bold than what I'm doing here. Now, if I go ahead and take all that pitch stuff off, and don't pay attention so much to what I'm doing with oscillators and envelopes and that sort of things. I got some pretty heavy stuff going on. It's synth only. But the concept here is, now I had essentially 2 tracks of synth, and it's not really exactly what's going on, but for you guys it makes sense. I had 2 tracks of synth, and then I had one that with the pitch I was shifting on purpose, slowly, depending on what notes were, how hard the note was hit and things like that. So one track was shifted. Now I've got them where both tracks are just playing basically the same thing. And what I noticed immediately, the reason I'm doing this video, was we've created an illusion of space, and it's kind of got space to it. Now I've probably got some reverb and stuff on it, but what I noticed was how much space we had, the illusion of ambience, just by detuning. And the benefit for this, when we're doing, this would actually apply to almost anything: vocals, lead guitars, lead acoustic guitars, synths, where you could do one take, and then if you did another one where you intentionally bent some notes, you can create some pretty wicked effects. Now, will this always work? Definitely not. I probably wouldn't do it in a Johnny Cash song, but there are a million times when it is cool. And like I said, it's not too far off from the whole pedal steel on the guitar trick, which is, very, very common. So I'm going to put this back, and you can hear the space in there again. Okay, maybe it's subtle, but anytime we can get a sense of ambience without actually doing it, without actually using time-based effects that are going to chew up and clutter the overall width of the mix, or other elements, or fight or clash, we've reduced the chances of masking. We've added more clarity to what we're doing. So anytime, maybe if you guys get bored, play around with this one. Like I said, I don't know, most of you won't be using it all the time, but the notion of 2 tracks doing slightly different things is really cool. And this is one reason that, like, doubling vocals, if you heavily auto-tune them, they lose their double, at least it isn't as cool as it should be, because they're exactly on pitch if you straight lined them. Now, so by letting one track maybe heavily tuned and another track nothing, again, you can get some really cool chorus stuff if you're into it. Give it a shot. Anyway, thanks.